Okay, from the home page of your course, you want to make sure that edit mode is on, and that's up here in this upper right hand corner where it says edit mode. You want to make sure that it says on. If it doesn't, then just go ahead and click it again and it will turn it on. And then from there, you want to go to class sessions and scroll down to your homework folder. And this is where your assignments go. Put your instructor assignments inside this folder. And in fact, I see that your link is still outside this folder, so we're going to move it inside. We're going to take this and click on the edit. We're going to tell it to move. And we want it to go into the Class Sessions 2 folder. So in this pop-up menu here, we've got Class Sessions and this homework folder. And when we hit submit, it's going to take that off of the front page of class sessions. It's now gone. And now we'll go into your homework folder. So there's your link where it belongs. And you can use build content to make an item, to upload a file, to put your web links. Most of these others, I would consider that more than what you need to know. Content folder. If you make a folder, remember it's a folder, so you put things inside of it, not on the outside. If you want an item, something that shows, that's the item. But if you want to make a folder to put something inside of, that's what the content folder is. Now, as far as assessments are concerned, here's where you can make an assignment, and you give it a title, put the instructions for the assignment. If you're going to attach a worksheet, if you go ahead and create the worksheet on your computer, then you can browse your computer to attach it. If you put in due dates and then the due date passes and students turn work in late, understand then that it'll look different in the Grade Center. So due dates, those are optional, but it will put it out on the calendar for you. As far as points possible, you want to make sure that you add, if it's a 50-point assignment, you do have to put that information in. We're going to skip the submission details, grading options, some of those things for right now. You just want to make a basic assignment. And then if you limit the availability and you say display until Tuesday, no one will be able to see it until after that time. So be very careful using those availability limiters. And then you click submit, and when you do that, it will place an assignment submission link on this page. Other things that you do is we are adding a test. So when you click on the test, you say that you want to create a new one. And again, you give it a title, any kind of description. And to get you to the next page, I have to enter this. So title, description, and then we submit that. And then you can create questions. And there's all kinds of ones to do. I would stick to the simple ones to begin with. You could do an essay if you wanted. That just gives them a large place to type. There's matching. We have 3 options and 3 answers, or however you want to do that. Multiple answer allows them to choose more than just one. So instead of only A or B or C or D, they could choose A and C. So of course, the regular old multiple choice, so that you see there's true and false. There's a lot of choices here to work with. I would start very basic. Don't use reuse questions or upload questions. Those are more advanced features that have to do with test banks and such. And then once you're done with that, you click OK. So I need to make a real quick one so you can see the next screen. Quiz. And then we're going to, we don't need a question title. This is crazy. And certainly we know that there's a crazy large number of items that you can choose here. So we're going to call this true. Scroll on down here, and we're going to submit. You don't have to put in all those other options. It's entirely up to you how you want to do that. But the more of those you put in, the more complicated the quiz gets. If you just want to find out if your students know the answers to the question, that's all you have to do. You click OK. Now this takes us to the next part where we're going to add it. So we've created it, now we have to add it. So we've got clicked on our quiz there called title, and we're going to submit it. And then from here, this is the most important part, test availability. Make the link available. Yes. If you don't change that, no one will see it. If you want to set a password, you can do that. The more of these options that you choose, the more complicated your test becomes. A couple of things on this showing test results. If you show results, like all the answers, which is the ones that they submitted and which ones were right after submission, that means that they can see all the answers that they gave, they can see what the right answers are, and they can share that information. And that is not exactly the most secure test. So I always never select all answers. I allow them to see the score afterwards, and then after all attempts are graded, which means they can't see it till I make sure that everyone has been in there and graded, then I allow them to see the correct and submitted. Or you could put all answers. Either way, that will give you that. Present it all at once and submit. You could randomize if you wanted. I don't recommend changing the one at a time or prohibit backtracking, because both of those will really slow down the experience for your users who are still on dial-up, and we do still have students on dial-up in Indiana. So we click submit, and now we have our quiz. So when you click on it, it's going to open up. It's going to ask for the password, and then your students can take the quiz. So that is how you add those items. Go ahead and take that one off. And they just give you some warnings when you delete quizzes. The other thing is a discussion board. So we did an assignment, we did a test because we're assessing students, but now we want to use a tool to help students communicate, and that would be the discussion board. So we can either add one of these forms here, or we can create a new form. You're going to create a new forum. New forum. Give it a description. Type your thoughts here. Respond to 2 peers. So you want to give very detailed instructions. We want to make it available. We're going to grade this one, and it's going to be worth 20 points. This is how it looks in the Grade Center. And right now, if I have a discussion forum that has to have an initial post and 2 responses, I tell the computer I want to know after 3 posts have been had. That way I know I can start to grade. I pretty much leave those as they default and hit submit. What that does, let's see, we've got new forum, so now we're going to link it. So we've created the forum, and it's out there in the discussions area, but we want to link it to this area so students can get to it. So we're going to click next. We'll put the instructions here again and submit. So now we have this nice link to the discussions. When students click it, it goes directly to the forum where they can create a new thread. And if we were to just look at the discussions area where we've got the help forum and the cyber cafe, there's add a forum, and it gives you information on adding a forum, and there's the new one that we were created. So I'll take that one off. And when we take it out, we do want to remove the grading column that's associated with it. That way it goes away. And we'll go back to our class area and make sure that the link is gone. And it is. So then when you go to grade, you'll go down to Grade Center, and I always look at the full Grade Center. And from there, we can see Whitney tried to log in, and here's where we've got that title quiz that we made. I'm going to have to take that out. And this was testing your ability to set up a quiz, and so that's already out there. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this one because we aren't using that column. And now it's ready again. So when you go in and you create your content under class sessions, under the homework folder, you'll use these buttons. If you don't see them, your course is not in edit mode.